Welcome to Utica TV Overtime. I'm James Brown.
And I'm Corinne Bush. Before we get started, we would like to thank Spectrum for their fast internet service and for helping make Utica TV Overtime possible. To sign up for Spectrum internet or mobile service, please call 1-800-831-1547 or use the QR code shown. Tell them Utica TV sent you.
Now let's get into the action. The Utica Pioneers women's tennis team faced off against the Oswego State Lakers last Wednesday, September 20th at the Utica University tennis courts. This match consisted of 3 doubles matches and 6 singles matches. For the first doubles match, Ellen Liga and Isabella Bonpace of Utica took on Cara Campaign and Emily Lucier of Oswego. Ellen and Isabella came out on top 8-1. Oswego State went on to win the next 2 doubles matches by a score of 8-1 and 8-3. Switching over to the women's singles matches, Utica's Ellen Liga took on Cara Campaign in the first singles match. Ellen took the win in 2 rounds, 6-1 in both of the 2 rounds. Representing the Pioneers in the second singles game was Petra Hiernan, who took on Emma Liga. Emma Liga took the victory in 2 rounds, 6-2 and 6-1. Pioneer Selma Dizdarevic faced off against Catherine Salamita. Catherine took round number 1, 6-1 and round number 2, 6-1. Selma took round number 2, 6-4. The University Pioneers lost to the Oswego State Lakers 7-2. With this match, the Pioneers moved to a record of 1-5 overall on the season.
Local Division III women's soccer teams, Utica University Pioneers, and the Hamilton College Continentals met in a non-conference matchup Wednesday evening, September 20th. The Continentals opened the scoring in the 25th minute off a scoring header inside the 6-yard box. Prior to the goal, Hamilton fired off 6 shots until the eventual goal. The Pioneers stayed alive up until the 88th minute, despite being outshot 15 shots to 6. Courtney Connolly made 3 saves through the course of the contest. The match finished 3-0 as the women's soccer team tallied its first loss in 2 games. The Pioneers' record moved to 4-3 with that loss, just 1 game above 500.
The number 24 ranked Utica Pioneers faced off against Curry College Colonels this past Saturday afternoon in Utica, New York. The Pioneers defense put on a show with 7 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, and only 1 touchdown allowed through the course of 4 quarters. The offense exploded for a 31-point performance, making the Pioneers undefeated in conference and non-conference play for the 2nd year in a row. The Pioneers' 4th win of the season comes by a final score of 31-7.
The women's soccer team played their first conference game of the year against the Alfred University Saxons on Saturday, September 23rd. The Pioneers shot out the Saxons in the first half of play and had multiple scoring opportunities. Despite this, Saxons were able to find the back of the net in the 38th minute for the first goal of the game. Midway through the second half, Utica's Jasmine Gillette found the back of the net with the assist coming from Riley Lamphere, tying the game up 1-1. Both teams had opportunities after the goal, but neither team could capitalize. The game ended in a tie, earning Utica 1 point in conference play. The Pioneers' Courtney Connolly started in net for Utica and registered 5 saves in the draw.
On Saturday, September 23rd, the Utica University women's field hockey team took on Houghton University at Charles A. Gaetano Stadium. This was the team's first conference matchup of the season. Jocelyn Spitzo of the Pioneers recorded a season best with 3 shots and 2 of them on goal. Madison Rinaldi and Mackenzie Mix both recorded a shot for the Pioneers as well. Hannah Young and Desdare Baumann combined for a total of 8 saves in net. The Houghton Highlanders opened up the scoring less than 2 minutes in the first quarter. A trio of corners for the Highlanders would allow them to take a 2-0 lead. Houghton would go on to close out the first quarter 3-0. The Highlanders added 2 goals in the second quarter, going into the half, putting themselves up 5-0 against the Pioneers. The Houghton Highlanders would not score again until the final moments of the last quarter. The 6-0 loss for the Pioneers puts them at a record of 1-7 overall and 0-1 to start their conference play.
This past Sunday, the women's tennis team went face-to-face against St. John Fisher in a competitive match. The Pioneers had a great start to the day, leading in their doubles matches. Pioneers Isabella Bonspace and Ellen Liga defeated their competition in their doubles match by a score of 8-4. Not to mention Selma Dizdarevic and Petra Hiernan also won their match by a score of 8-6. For singles, however, the competition heated up and got a little rocky for the Pioneers. In the first singles match, Ellen Liga and Lindsay Tiedemann had a great start as they won both rounds against Fisher. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough as Fisher came back and won 1 double and 4 singles. It was a close match between the two schools as the final score ended with Utica 4 and Fisher 5, giving Fisher the win.
The Pioneers will host the well-respected Hamilton College Continentals of the NESCAC Conference in a crosstown rivalry match today, Wednesday, September 27th. Last year, the Pioneers lost in ugly fashion, 5-0, and will be looking to gain some respect this year and get a deserving result heading into conference play against Nazareth this weekend. The game will kick off at 4:30 p.m. on Laura M. Casamento Field.
The women's field hockey team will be taking on the Oswego Lakers in a non-conference matchup today, Wednesday, September 27th. The Pioneers will be looking to grab their second win of the season against the 3-6 Lakers. The Pioneers come into this match against the Lakers 11-2 all-time. You can catch the game at Charles Gaetano Stadium tonight at 7 p.m.
Coming up tonight, Wednesday, September 27th, the women's volleyball team will be facing off against SUNY Delhi. In the past, these two teams have been pretty much neck and neck, with Utica coming up short just with 4 wins and 6 losses against the Broncos. The match starts tonight at 7 p.m. in the Clark Athletic Center. Make sure to tune in for a competitive match.
On Thursday, September 28th at 1:30 p.m., the Utica University men's and women's golf team face off against Nazareth University at the Yanandas's Golf Club located in Utica. So far this season, the men have placed second in their first match of the season and 5th and 9th of 10 teams in their second match of the season. The Golden Flyers have placed 8th and 3rd in their first 2 invitationals. The women are coming into this match against the Golden Flyers after taking first place of 3 teams at the SUNY Poly Invitational. Carly Stefanini led the way for the Pioneers, shooting an 80, just 8 over par. Make sure to go support the Pioneers this Thursday, the 28th, at the Yanandas's Golf Club.
It's finally that time of year. Homecoming weekend is approaching, and I don't know about you, but I know I'm excited. This year's homecoming game will see the Utica Pioneers facing off against Hartwick College. Compared up to against their last matchup, the Pioneers may just sweep the floor like last time, but historically they've been pretty close games, with Hartwick having 11 wins and Utica having 10 losses. The game starts at 1 p.m. on Saturday, September 30th at Charles A. Gaetano Stadium, so make sure to grab your friends, your family, and any Orange and Utica merch you have, and come out to support your fellow Pioneers.
The Utica women's soccer team will be looking to bounce back into their winning ways in conference play after a 2-2 draw last weekend against Alfred University. Kayla Mochak and Jasmine Gillette's 3 goals each on the season lead the Pioneers into this critical Empire 8 matchup against Houghton University on Saturday, September 30th. The Pioneers will be celebrating all their seniors who have put countless time and hours into the success of this program Saturday evening. The Pioneers currently sit at 4-3-1 on the season with 1 draw in conference play. Catch the action at 4 p.m. on Saturday, September 30th on Laura Casamento Field this homecoming weekend.
Men's soccer will be playing their second conference game of the year against Nazareth College on Saturday, September 30th. The Pioneers come into this game after the Pioneers shut out the Golden Flyers last season on November 22nd by a score of 1-0. Be sure to support the boys on Laura M. Casamento Field as they look to pick up their first conference win of the season. And that's all the Utica sports we have for you this week.
Be sure to follow us on social media at Utica UTV on Instagram to see when Utica TV will be broadcasting your Utica athletics.
Thank you so much for watching, and always remember to
Fear the Moose.